Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us again on a Saturday night pregame. If this is your first time listening, thanks for checking us out. If you're a repeat listener, thank you for joining us again. We are super excited. We got the boys dancing. We got the margarita flowing. I'm excited for tonight. It's been a long week, as usual. We're getting close. Yeah. So check us out on We Just Get the Business Out of the Way. We got us at the podcast SNP on Twitter and Instagram. Tons of content, just shooting out silly things. First poll of the SNP podcast Twitter did not go as well, but that's all right. We're going to get there. You can reach us at the SNP podcast at gmail.com.
Pat Lynch still waiting for that first email.
Yeah, but he missed his first email, but that's okay. We're not going to talk about that. We have shirts for sale. We have 2. You can check them out on Instagram. They're nice. Joe was wearing his last night.
Yeah,
for
dude,
movie
those
night.
are comfy.
Yes, and they look good on you, bud. I'm gonna tell you now. And then
Hey,
Chris
man.
was wearing his green one last week.
He's wearing his right now.
And he's wearing his right now, looking real good.
Fantastic.
You're crazy. Well, you got a good sweater. It is so. I don't remember. Last week was not the 80-degree weather, was it?
No, but it wasn't this either.
Yeah. I mean, let me tell you what. I was thinking about this during the week. I'm like, we went from. No, it was last week. It was 80 degrees.
Was it?
Yeah,
Beautiful. Yeah, because I remember talking about a beautiful.
Yeah, we were staying outside.
Mm.
Oh,
yeah.
yes, we were. Yeah,
We were.
it was beautiful.
That seems so long ago.
Yeah, seriously.
How wild is that? I don't know why that seems like more than a week ago.
And it was 80 degrees last week. Gorgeous. Just
Mhm.
absolutely gorgeous. Not that, 50s, and I'm okay with 50s. I could do that all day. But when you get the taste of the 80s, it's like, come on now, baby.
Yeah,
Come on, baby.
it's a
Baby.
bummer.
Again, we got Joe, the
Hello.
C. Keneally. No locks of the week this week. Even though I did throw out a betting tip, and it hit.
Nice.
We got Pat the Sniper, who's taking his time, drinking his margarita, loving it. I love the faces Pat gives when he likes his drink. It's a good face. Talk to the mic, Pat. Don't look at me and talk. And I got my boy Chris here, who will not be saying a word till for the 15-minute mark.
Chris, the moustache McGraw.
Chris looking real good
Chris,
today,
you got
baby.
12 minutes and 30 seconds.
Oh man, an intro
All right.
takes a good, 3
All right.
minutes off the top there.
Yep.
Well, boys, I did a little prep this week, not too much, kind of letting it flow. I thought we'd start with just going around the table. Is there anything you guys have seen that you want to talk about? That you want to discuss? I think this should be a little bit of see what everybody's up to, what they've seen this week.
Oh, that's hot garbage.
Whoa, come on now. All right, well, you know what? We'll start with
Let's
the
start with the
drink.
drink.
The drink of choice. We are drinking the Rocks tequila. It is Pat. Give me a little phrase on that.
Looks like Terramana.
Terramana. Small batch tequila.
It tastes like burning.
It, it's not bad. We've shown it on the Instagram.
I like it in this.
I've had it on ice. Didn't like it.
No,
not
I'm not a big
tequila,
tequila guy, but I can do it in like a mixed drink.
In
I like it
in honor
this.
of
Okay, the second sip was better.
in honor of Cinco de Mayo.
And they keep getting better after that, Chris. Yeah. Hey, baby.
We decided to go with a little margarita. Got a little margarita mix. We got
for
the
Cinco
Tres
de Mayo.
Avras, a margarita mix. And we got a little Dos Equis tonight, boys. We stuck away from the Corona because of coronavirus. We don't want anybody, no bad juju going around here.
We get,
Sorry, Corona.
we get the fancy beers for Pat.
I got so much beer that's been left over from podcasts and parties at this point in my
We
fridge.
should just start like going through it
Yeah.
on the show.
And all the seltzers you can imagine.
I did go downstairs last night, and I was looking for a Bud Light lemonade, and I was sadly disappointed you did not have any.
I said seltzers, not lemonades.
I know.
All the seltzers you want.
Apparently seltzers and those like I guess they're all seltzers are booming right now.
Are they still? You know what? People
Booming.
absolutely love White Claws. And
Yep.
I listen. This is probably a boomer take.
'cause
But I've never really liked them.
It's because there ain't no laws when you own them claws, baby.
Let him know. Let him know,
Coach
Pat.
Swindell's got a little line in there with she was sipping on a claw, and I was like, ooh, getting in there, baby.
Product placement right there.
Yeah. Well, listen. So and then
It's like when Chris McGraw watches the Octagon and he sees the ladies with the winners holding up a monster. He's like,
Yeah.
cha-ching, baby, cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
there was a lot of product placement in Mortal Kombat last night. I felt like maybe not a lot, but there was a good couple that you could see slipping away in there. Right off the bat, MGD.
Oh, MGD.
And at the fight, everybody's drinking the MGD.
I don't feel like MGD was a product placement. I mean, there's Miller ain't spending money to promote MGD.
No, there's absolutely. You're not getting in Mortal. I almost went there. You're not getting in Mortal Kombat without little.
Yeah, I mean, Mortal Kombat's a real hot property for advertising. I'm sure.
Listen, you don't understand. Like
that was a big movie. Yeah.
Mortal Kombat.
It did very well.
It did so well that they've already got a sequel set up.
But I was saying, it's not.
They don't allow any old advertising.
Not accurate.
In Mortal Kombat, Mr. Lynch.
Okay.
No, not just any old advertising.
Okay, so
let's talk about that. We watched Mortal Kombat and Nobody last night in a double movie.
Yes, we did. And I will. So the reviews on Mortal Kombat were not. I don't get it. I absolutely do not get it. What were you expecting? Because if you watched the first two, that's exactly what it was. I heard a little bit more plot to it.
I heard somebody say if you're coming into this a fan of, like, you kind of grew up with it and you like action, it hits both of those. This is a popcorn movie. You're not going to see your life changed forever.
I don't know. I really enjoyed Scorpion's character arc in that film.
Yeah, he did. He had a pretty long arc there. Yeah,
there was a little. I mean, but you could do this in all movies. You could nitpick. But I thought a couple things that just were like every time he had to talk, he had to take the mask off. So then you put at the end there when he's talking to the kid, he put the mask back. He put it on. Well, they took it off, put it back on.
They didn't have the money like Bane for Batman, where they could just dub his voiceover. Right? They had to record it live.
I loved how he's like, because the guy who played Scorpion, his character was from Japan in like the 1600s, so he spoke Japanese.
Yeah,
and the main character grew up, he says, on the south side of Chicago. And the guy is like talking.
It's definitely not the south of Chicago.
Japanese from 400 plus years ago to this guy, like, don't worry, I got this guy. And the guy totally understands all of it. It was like a puzzled look, and he's like, all right, I'm just gonna go stand over here.
I liked when the subtitles, so they put like the thing in English, and under they wrote like in parentheses like Japanese.
Japanese, yeah. Because the guy Sub-Zero was Chinese, I guess.
Yeah, they were like, it was like Chinese, Japanese. I'm like, how are they like communicating right now?
Yeah.
He's like, I think at one point he was like, I don't understand what you're saying, but I get it, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a fun movie, though.
In English, of course.
Yes, I think I enjoyed Mortal Kombat over Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fatalities. They had some good fatalities in there.
In which one? In a lot of it.
Well, yeah.
There's not actual fatalities, like the fatalities like of the
flawless victories.
That was great. That was insane. But then, I mean, Bob kicking some butt. It was not bad.
Yeah. I mean, how can you not like Christopher Lloyd just wielding a shotgun going to town?
Walking around like
that
this.
Smirk. That smirk, baby.
Doc Brown ain't taking no crap.
No. Definitely not.
But that movie, you really have to suspend belief. Like, the little things get me. Like this, like, I don't know how this gets by. Like these are things that will ruin movies for you. Like how those burglars got in was a pizza cardboard box on the garage.
Yep.
Like nobody. First of all, everybody knows that if you get anywhere near the sensor, the thing goes right back up. Uh-huh. So, like you're telling me,
well, you could just put it back a little bit so it's not on the sensor, it's in the track area.
But if you ever actually like touched a like a thing coming down, it goes right back up.
I thought it was if you break the sensor.
No, it will never. It won't touch your foot.
If it feels
any type of resistance,
the motor, the motor as a safety mechanism will retract because it. Like the idea behind it is if it comes down, it's going to land on someone or something and cripple them. So it just automatically feels a jerk and then automatically.
I mean, I think you have to really suspend belief for the story of the movie.
Yes, 1,000%. But those little things, I get that. But little things like that, I don't know why that gets me.
I mean, how he got involved with the whole mafia thing like that was kind of like a. Okay.
Oh yeah.
This is like a coincidence about a coincidence about a coincidence.
All this based on the fact that he just happened to like beat the shit out of a bunch of dudes who got onto a bus that they shouldn't have been able to get onto.
Yep.
Also, those guys have been fucked up from that accident.
Yeah.
Broke it.
Yes, there we go. Pat Lynch, Chris McGraw holding on tight here. Woo. No, but you're right. I mean, absolutely. You have to completely suspend it because first of all, that lady in the bus would have never stopped.
No.
Why would she have stopped?
Here's my thing.
Would never let him on the bus either.
Mortal Kombat was absolutely ludicrous.
Yeah.
Like, one of the guys got his arms froze off and dropped like 3 stories, landing on a piece of like concrete slab on the way down and then
rebar, everything.
He's jacked. He only had a little bit of health left, but he was still alive, Joe. He didn't finish him off.
The level of disbelief in that movie is so... Because it wasn't trying to paint it as real.
Yeah. Like this could happen.
Like,
there could be like an
I mean, you're not going to get like little tiny metal arms and then your friend's under a rock and all of a sudden you grow these gigantic metal
You
arms.
gotta find their whatever the akara or akamari or what. I'm not gonna work here much longer.
That's special sauce, baby.
I still don't understand the one dude's special sauce with his like
neither. But and I also like that one chick immediately she killed the dude. She had her special sauce. And she was ready to go. Like, that's...
Somebody lives in waiting, baby. Say, I want my special sauce.
Yeah.
She was the only one in the beginning of that movie that showed any sort of fighting prowess that just absolutely dominated anyone. And then once it came down to where it's like, hey, I just whooped this dude's ass real easy that last time. Now I'm going to have to fight him again. And now he's so much harder to fight. Yeah. It's like, I don't understand how he got that much better in 3 days.
I mean, like, Kano was one of the better points of that movie, I thought.
He was hilarious.
He was funny, yeah. He played, like, he was the most ludicrous thing.
Because the first Kano in the first movie, it was only there for like 30, it was only for like 10 minutes in the whole movie, I think.
Yeah, but both movies, great. Just grab your favorite snacks.
Oh, yeah.
Sit on the couch, don't expect anything. But they're watchable. Like, House Guest is absolutely not watchable. You cannot watch that crap movie.
Yeah,
are we back on House Guest again?
I gotta make sure everybody knows how shitty that movie is.
I'll say this.
Yeah, Peter watched the whole thing.
If both have sequels, I'll watch both. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Do you watch House Guest?
No, House Guest.
Nobody's watching that.
I didn't even watch it once.
Airbnb style.
I cannot wait. The next movie I'm super excited for is The Bodyguard's Wife. I cannot wait for that. That's going to be the first one was... Ryan Reynolds in that role is absolutely perfect.
Oh, yeah. He's so funny.
Well, that comes out in June, right?
And now, is that one, do we go to the movie theaters for?
I think it's going to have to be, because I think Universal, it's a Universal film. They don't do the online streaming.
I remember when we saw The Bodyguard. And,
Joe, me, you, date night?
And,
you got it, baby.
All right.
And we all sat, we had the whole theater to ourselves. And,
Richard Jewell.
Richard Jewell was one, but no, Bodyguard was like that. We went and saw it on like a Sunday at like 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was an awesome Sunday night.
Yeah.
That was nice.
That's right. That was in the middle of the afternoon.
You have free time off, Chris. You do things like
What's that like, huh? How's that, Joe? How's free time?
Oh, it's been good. You know, I try not to talk about it. I don't want to throw it in anyone's face. But it's definitely got its ups. Got its ups. Yeah.
How's work these days?
It's good. We just hired 2 new people.
Okay.
We like
starting to move a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
Like in your department or like in general?
In our department. We hired 2 new accountants.
Oh,
because we've been so like busy with work and stuff.
Yeah.
We just don't have the manpower to keep up with it. So finally, they gave us 2 new people right off the bat.
That's awesome. How's cohabitating?
That's been good. I just literally finished up the last of that today. That's what we were doing, like hanging stuff and putting stuff up on the walls and whatnot. Yeah, now everything's off the floor and everything's got its place and go home and relax, not have to fucking do anything.
Before you know it, you're going to be...
Joe broke it too.
Well, I do too. We don't wait. Once you let it go, baby, it's on!
This is like when you break the seal. Once it's broken, there's no holding it back, alright?
Got it. Do you say like bang, bang, bang? Got it.
Yeah, Patrick. So
I can start swearing whenever I feel like it.
We just lost. Once we get on, I swear to God, after the 17th.
I feel like if that happens though, when you get to before the 15-minute mark and we drop an F-bomb or somebody drops it, and Chris decides to just go nuts, goes loco.
Don't go ape shit, baby. Keep it
before
cool.
the 15 minutes.
Keep cool, baby. Keep cool.
So let's keep it. Yeah, let's keep it.
You can't take the kids' gloves off until 15 minutes.
A soft 15. Then you can let loose.
Okay, so Pat.
But as a general rule, we don't want to swear until 15.
Pat Lynch owes us 2 shots.
Yeah. Well, we gotta wait until after 17. Then we'll get all the shots in.
I'm thinking some Malort.
Oh, don't worry, I have an idea. I'm gonna bring the
I have Malort now.
So do I.
So I have a swear jar coming this way. So anybody who swears is gonna have to get into the jar and pick up some fun stuff. Or I think we're gonna Instagram live that. We'll show that off on the Instagram live. Once we have some time.
Should we do that food thing that we talked about?
Oh, we're definitely doing the food thing.
Okay.
For sure.
Should we put that out there now?
Or we're definitely going to do the McDonald's. I think not next week, but it's going to be...
There's no I can eat that. I can tell it already.
Well, I thought it was... I thought it was...
Oh, yeah. You. I feel I have confidence in you, Joseph.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not that I'm not going to... Pat, you're going to scare away from it, baby?
I'm just saying I think it's a
Step up, Pat!
It's a waste of money to buy food I'm not going
to eat. Jesus, Pat.
Well, it's your money, so nobody cares.
Yeah, it's like $12 for the whole meal.
Patrick's? I definitely took Patrick's iPad.
Yeah, yours has a sticker on it. Patrick's probably really upset right now. He's trying to be like, where the laptop at? Where the laptop at? I'm gonna get it.
Are those keys a little sticky?
Oh my god.
Jesus. You want a little water, Chris?
Go search his browser history. See what weird shit comes up.
No.
Okay, we're gonna bring up a story, and it probably shouldn't be said on a podcast, but hopefully Gavin doesn't listen anymore. One time, Gavin gave me his. Huh?
Did he ever?
I think he did. Oh no, he listened to his podcast like 9 times.
He made it the highest rated episode of all time.
No, so one time, I had to use Gavin's laptop. I don't know what it was. I don't remember what it was for. But you know how in like Google, or no, it's not Google, one of the browsers, like, I don't know if you don't choose an actual browser, like it shows you your last 8,
searches. You're saying when you go into where you type
like say you go to
HTML,
like Chrome,
it'll say the last, entered things.
I don't know if you go to Explorer or which one it is, but if you come up and there's like the 8 bubbles of like your most recent like things that you've been to.
Okay.
And all 8 were not things I wanted. It was like, oh my god. I had to go on the internet and there was 8 things. I was like, Jesus Christ, bro. What are we doing? I was like, I'm literally just like, I can't. I'm out.
Come on, man. He's married with 2 kids. He's got to find some time.
Ah, listen. No, he's building out his basement.
That's why he's building the basement out.
I get it. But as a man, like, clear the browser here is history, baby.
I was like Brennan when we got his iPad. And we're in Omaha. We got we're waiting 8 hours for our flight. He gives us his iPad to look at, and like any letter you typed into a browser just dropped down like 15 pages of porn. I'm like, I'm done, Pat. I'm out. I don't care. I'm out.
You got to clear the history, baby.
Well,
I don't think it's not clear.
In his defense, he probably never loaned his iPad out to anybody else.
Yeah, but there's a comedian who talks about this. Like, as a guy, your biggest fear is when you die, is somebody goes to your history browser. You have to clear out the history.
That's the biggest fear.
You don't want your mom, when you're dead, going through your and being like, Jesus.
I would assume
Jesus.
I would assume I'm looking at my parents.
I've already talked to Joseph. Joseph's my guy. If
yes,
anything bad happens, I have a guy.
You gotta have a guy who's gonna. You gotta have a best friend who's gonna.
Joseph is gonna dispose of all my phones and computers.
I'm just
gonna
come in with a fucking sledgehammer.
Yep.
And all the technology. I'm gonna put in a pile.
I'm sorry for your loss. Give me 1 second.
Jackhammer all of it. Jackhammer all. I'm gonna go John Henry.
So you're saying a PowerPoint presentation at a funeral is not approved.
No, and not off my line.
Here's 6 last searches, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to get to know him a little better.
I had it set so after his death he would airdrop his entire phone catalog.
Evidently, he's got he likes the
Backdoor Hussies 4 and Mona Lisa Smile.
What? Who watches Mona Lisa Smile? I mean, honestly.
Where's that from, boys?
Dodgeball.
Is that? I thought. Didn't he have like something like?
Backdoor Hussies? No.
Something? No.
Milf, the one is from.
Is that Old School?
No, it's Step Brother. Or that's Superbad.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Then wasn't there something in Old School too about porn? I thought he had
He had a blow up doll there.
He definitely did.
Yeah.
He got earmuffs.
Blue died when he watched the 2 ladies.
That was a great scene.
Wrestle.
My boy Blue.
Dad happy man.
That was such a good movie. Like, that was ridiculously good.
Those are movies that can't get made.
I remember I went to that movie.
No, you're right. What kind of comedy? What comedy is there anymore like that?
I remember that I went to see that movie. Quick segue on Old School, and I went with it was like me, like another buddy of mine, and then like another buddy of mine and his girlfriend. And they were like making out the whole movie. I'm like, dude, you're missing a great movie. This is hilarious.
That's the guy sitting next to me. He's slapping him on the arm. Dude, you're missing it.
He's just dying laughing.
I was dying laughing.
I saw The 40-Year-Old Virgin with my sister and my 2 older aunts.
Oh no!
Not realizing how dirty the movie was going to be.
Which aunts would this be?
Well, who
my 2.
Ours.
I would have paid to see their
reaction. And they were probably in their 40s or 50s when they saw this movie.
No, it would have been way older than that. The movie's only like 10 years old.
Yeah. For the story purposes, they're going to be 40 and 50 to make it sound better. But go ahead,
I think it's better than their 60s.
Maybe they're in their 60s. They were old. Trying to be nice. Yeah. They were old. And,
sorry,
man, something. I mean, they had tits on the screen. They were talking about different positions. I mean, like, that
movie. The vibrator.
Is it true if you lose it, you don't use it?
That was the most, benign part of the movie. There's a woman using your shower head as a vibrator, and I'm like,
I don't know. The fact that the one guy tells Steve Carell he's putting the pussy on the pedestal.
That's a tough one.
It's like the third time I've heard that, guys. What does it mean?
You gotta get your bitch on a leash. That's another movie that could never be made again. Do you know that sparked Kevin Hart's career?
Yeah, he was like the thug gangster guy that kind of tried to.
It was just like a little part, but he was so good in that part.
Yeah,
he's worth like hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah,
and it all started from that movie.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
it just takes one thing, man. One thing.
Have you ever heard? Did you hear recent late in December? Kevin Hart has a series radio show. He hosts like an hour on the Netflix, and he had Bill on there. And Kevin's like, "Well, long time friend."
Oh
Bill,
yeah.
And Bill's like, "Long time friend." He's like, "What? You get big and you can't call anybody?"
Yeah.
Just giving it to him.
Fucking roasted
45 minutes of Bill Burr not letting it go because Bill and Burr talked about it, and they just ripped Kevin Hart because Kevin got big and didn't talk to anybody. You couldn't catch Kevin Hart.
Yep.
That's what I watched. If I get big off of this, I'm cutting you all off.
I couldn't.
Joseph, I'm taking you with me.
Well, of course, you got to have someone to clear your browsing history.
Exactly. You got to take Joseph with me.
Listen.
Okay, so when I have this podcast, then I want people to learn two things. One, get a friend who's, if you're a guy, get a guy. No, even women. If you got a friend, make sure you got a friend who's going to come and clear your browsing history. Second, SNP Facts are said confidently, but they're never right.
Also, you can also just do the thing where you go incognito in your browser. You don't have to worry about any of this.
Ooh.
I like the incognito mode.
Yeah, but then you gotta. But what if you got a favorite spot and then you gotta find it again?
But you clear the browser, so it's not there anyways.
But when you die, that's where you have a friend.
Yeah.
I'm not worried. If I'm dead, I'm not worried about it.
Well, you will be.
You don't want Katrina.
I'm gonna have the opposite. I'm gonna have a I'm gonna have a clear browsing history. You guys are gonna come over and ruin my browsing history.
That's probably true.
That's have his best snake in a folder.
These were all access after he died. How is that possible?
Here's what I don't understand. Pat's image was already so tarnished. Why would you want to
ruin it?
I mean, the things that people don't know you do.
We want to have
people already think you're a terrible person, and now the things you don't want people to know.
If they only knew the real me.
Yeah, exactly. By the way,
Pat's that guy in Nobody. Who the Russian girls sending trying to hack into his thing. She sends those pictures of him being like a slave and everything. Yeah,
I want to give Pat some. We're picking on Pat. Pat was very kind last weekend. He was our designated driver.
Designated Dan.
And he was very kind to drive us to and from where we went last weekend, and that was nice. That's the nice thing I'm going to say. Now I'm going to tell you some crazy shit. Pat is the guy. If you ever rob a fucking bank, Pat is the guy you want driving because he drives it like he stole it.
I had a 230. I'm giving him 230. I'm gonna be nice about it. Oh. He's 230 on a good day, maybe 250. Let's go 250 on my lap last week as we're driving, and Pat proceeds to hit every bump in the.
Well, that's what happens when you're going 100 plus miles an hour on the highway. Any little bump is going to make the whole car go.
Pierre's ball still have not sent it.
No.
You won't commute him anyways.
Oh, brother.
Oh, man.
There were times I prayed when we were in that car, Pat, because I knew if we were going to get hit, I wasn't surviving.
If we took some air, it was going to be like when you see those Formula 1 cars. Once they get enough air, they just start flying in the air. Like, they just take on so much.
Yeah.
That, if we hit a bump, that car was just going to go flat because we were going so fast.
Well, also, my car is not really the most cushiony car.
That's the excuse we're going to go with.
That's the excuse we're going with.
Not that I totally thought he was going to say, I wasn't driving that fast. I was keeping up with traffic.
Yeah, that's right.
He's going to go, no. My shocks are shot. And here's why they're shot. Because I drive like that every day. I fucking wreck them.
Yeah, I make great time wherever I go.
He did.
That's true. We were running very late and we got
terrible on gas mileage, but fantastic on time.
My car has a gauge that shows, because my mileage is supposed to be I think it's 27 city, 30 something highway. And
it's
I don't
19.
think I get over 22.
Wow. That's hilarious. Today, so me and Chris were driving to work this morning about 9 o'clock in the morning. And on the 290, we're going 80. We're in the left lane. We're going 80. Mm-hmm. We're good pace. Out of nowhere.
Headlights comes flying by.
He's driving down the shoulder.
Out of nowhere, the left lane comes to a complete halt. And I'm like, shit. So I looked to my right, and I was just going to go into the right lane and then, because there was nobody in the right lane, and just let it slide. Jackass McGee on my right is flying, doesn't realize this is closing. So I start to move this way. I'm like, because I'm going to have to stop, because the other side starts. So I'm like, this guy's going to rear end me. There's no way he's stopping. He's doing 100. Yeah. So I literally pretty much almost went perpendicular on the highway, coming back like just skid, getting all the way into that lane. You know the conversation you told us about getting all the way to the lane and you're like on the shoulder? Mm-hmm. That's what I had to do. And we're like sideways on that. Yeah. Thank God we got out. Nobody got hurt. And then the guy behind us had to skid to a stop too. Yeah. And it was all because on the off ramp, there was like 6 state police, like taking somebody over with the lights on, but everybody has to stop and look. There's no accidents, no nothing. Somebody's got to fucking look.
I've witnessed multiple car crashes because I'm driving a little bit more than, I was driving like,
oh, it's terrible right now.
I wasn't driving 5 days a week like you guys, but I would drive like 2 to 3 times a week, and now it seems a little more recently. But I've seen so many accidents pop up and populate and just occur, within seconds in front of me. Yeah. And I feel like the accidents are just going up because I feel like now more people are driving again, and they're just not, they don't have that, I don't know what it is, like the experience, or they're kind of rusty. I feel like there's so many accidents.
I think there's a few things.
More than the shitty drivers.
Yeah.
You got a lot of Pat Lynch's out there.
Yeah. 0 accidents, motherfucker.
Me and my uncle talk about this. There's a few things. The people who have been driving consistently since the pandemic happened. Yeah. They want to get something, like they want to go. Like they're used to just going as fast as they want.
You know what?
Without any issues.
Yeah.
Without any issues.
I could see
and
that.
You used to build in a little bit of time because you know how traffic is.
Oh yeah.
There's none of that anymore. So we have to rebuild that like awareness that like, hey, I need to get somewhere in 45 minutes, get an extra 15, 20 minutes just in case. So people are flying. Then you get the people who have been driving that much and are still kind of getting used to going 80, 70, but also kind of, you have to look in both mirrors. It's an F-all. Dude, there are so every Sunday night when me and Chris go home, there's always an accident. Mm-hmm. Coming in the morning, there's an accident on one of the highways. Yeah. And it's never like, off this, it's always like, it's like a semi jackknife.
I've seen so many cars on the 90, because especially I'll drive Sarah to work in the morning, right? I've seen so many accidents going into the city and out of the city, like at least 1 or 2 on a daily basis, where it's just like 2 cars, hit bumpers and they had to pull off, like they're just like, they're either sitting in that stop and go traffic and they're not paying attention, or they're trying to go fast and then, every car clips.
Every Sunday when I go downtown, like in the morning, I can see like there's new debris of cars that wasn't there the day before.
Oh yeah.
There's, what's also kind of crazy to me is I don't know if you guys seen a lot. There's a lot of cars that scorch. I've seen a bunch of scorched highway recently. Like those are some nasty highway.
I was coming home from work and right after the Cumberland toll right there. Oh yeah. Car was literally like on fire, like your guys' car, like just on fire. They had trucks on the scene, and they were like trying to put it out. It was crazy.
They cut that down. Like one of the big, I get it because you want to keep the troopers safe, but the 9 like squad cars that have to be there, and then they have to take over 4 lanes. It's like, guys, can we just get it over? Like, come on. Yeah. Like if I get the whole. This is honestly boomer talk right here, but it is such, like, I think this is such a big part of everybody's lives, like, and it's only going to get worse. Thankfully, because everything's opening up. Yeah. We were just
Chicago's supposed to open up in July, man. Yeah.
Well, they got the smoke out, in, Chicago at the United Center. Mm-hmm. They've got some good, they don't have anybody, I don't know if I'd do it again. I might do, like, the smoke out in Chicago is like a barbecue, like
the
country.
Windy City smoke out. Yeah.
It's never been the greatest venue because they always try to pick like these small areas and just pack it to the gills. So you can't move around.
They oversell.
Yes, and it's just too tight of quarters.
Are they allowed to oversell it this year though?
I don't know.
No, man, they're probably gonna be stricter. But depending on what it is, if it's opened up like it is in July, then we're back to normal.
It is outdoors, correct?
Yeah. So
that probably helps.
According to the website, when I looked at it today, they're requiring you to wear masks at all times. So.
That's kind of crazy. I wonder how long do you think that? Because here's the other thing. How long is it going to be when you see somebody in a store without a mask? How long How long until you're okay with that now?
Well, the gas station over by your Downers Grove, the guy walked in front of me with a mask the other day.
Today, Pat, I walked in, when I went in there, 2 kids came in without a mask, and I wanted to be a Karen. I wanted to be like,
the old guy didn't say anything to me.
Nobody said anything. But I want to be like, guys. But then it's like, in my head, I'm thinking, like, I got a mask on, I'm fine. But it would just be nice, like, why can't we all just, but then it's like, it's a hard, in my head.
I gave the guy a Stone Cold Stunner, took 2 beers in the fridge, shaved myself up, and walked out of the place.
Hell yeah, baby. Give it to him.
Nice.
But we were talking about concerts, and I'm so excited. Eric Church is coming back in March next year. Midland is here for the Halloween weekend. After Austin, we could go see him on the 30th. And that is correct facts, Patrick?
Yep. Chris McGraw.
Chris McGraw
explained to me the date.
Concert
we have a mega concert.
in August.
We definitely do. And then John Party, I might go see that Sunday. I'll just go out there and.
Where's that at?
It's going to be the Smokeout. So if I could just go see him and, maybe not, keep it to a chill point, but.
When's the Wisconsin Summerfest?
Since September, I believe, this year.
They posted their poster.
It's in September, I believe.
Oh, yeah? What do they...
Yeah. They don't have all the major acts yet, but there's like...
I'd go out there.
Theirs was over like a month.
I think it's around Labor Day weekend.
It's over a month, because there's like 2 to the 4th, then there's a 9th to the 11th, and there's some big names in that.
Well, they always have big headliners for that. So
I know. There's one night that's like all country.
Ooh, baby boy,
baby boy. That's what made me think about it.
We were looking at also so in May, a couple of the boys are going up to Seattle, and the Mariners got, it's kind of crazy. The Mariners, they have a vaccination section, so they give better tickets to people who are vaccinated. So if you're vaccinated, you can sit in these better spots.
They're talking about doing a Chicago concert like that, a concert for only vaccinated people.
Which I think it is what it is. But it is nice to see that. But what's kind of crazy is America's really on the close to being open, but a lot of the world is still kind of effed up. Like Costa Rica, Pat was saying, is having a hard time. Places
South America
Europe,
in general is having.
Yeah,
I've talked to my cousins in Ireland.
Yeah,
they're talking about it being completely locked down right now.
Yeah,
you can't go. You're going to the shops and that's it. You can't go get a pint at a restaurant. Everything is still
a lot of it is
locked down.
Vaccine access in a lot of ways, because a lot of parts of the world are not have the access that we do to it, and then we're not taking it either. So
that's I was listening to a guy from Canada talk, and they go. A big reason the U.S. is looking so good is because they're producing the vaccine and they're able to get it to the most people.
They're like, no, you will never get this.
But that's why Biden was like, "Yo, we're about to take these off the patents off the vaccines."
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Pfizer's like, "Hey, that's my money, bro."
Yeah. I mean, but you kind of get it. You wish that Moderna and Pfizer and would
Johnson
just give it out and but then again they got to make money too.
Damn, Summerfest is 3 weekends.
It's like covering.
Yeah.
Well, usually
they're not doing the week.
Yeah, usually do a weekend, you do a week straight usually, right?
Yeah, in the summertime they do it for they do the weekend before 4th of July and then the 4th of July weekend.
Yeah. I think people were really pushing for that 4th of July week being the week everything opens. I think they're really going to be more August is when it seems like things are going to start. A little bit more. In general, if you look at I've had concerts that they get pushed from they were June and July, they get pushed to August, September, etc.
Yeah. So is all those vaccines only being made in America?
Well, there's the Russian one and the Chinese one.
Yeah. Chinese. I think they're trying to get the Chinese one in India.
I believe the AstraZeneca is in England, right? I believe they're in England. Right?
Yeah. So there's certain countries where if it's being produced there, then they'll have the most access.
But I believe the Pfizer and Moderna are the most effective ones, and they're created here.
Yeah.
Jeez. A bunch of SNP Facts here, boys. Now that's crazy. But so it feels like it's over here, and then you go look at the news, the world news. Forget about it. It's still sketchy.
In different parts of here.
Yeah, you're right.
In the US,
we talked about this last week.
It is so. Miami's wide open.
Yeah.
Florida.
When we went to Michigan, this was months ago. Some guy was berating us for wearing a mask in a restaurant.
Yeah.
Remember?
Oh yeah,
yeah. So depending on where you go in the country,
they just had some issues too.
Yeah.
Just how it's my face, my face kind of ugly.
That's what I think too, though, with the mask. It's I don't want to. I want to be like, yo, could you just do it so we can all get over this? But at the same time, it's like it's everybody's choice. Like I'm not gonna tell you how to. Like I wouldn't expect people to say anything to me. So I would hope no one would say anything. You know, I don't want to say anything, even though it pisses me off.
I didn't mind it in winter in Chicago. It keeps the face warm.
That really was, beautiful.
Didn't mind it then.
But here's the thing. When do you think? So when this is all, hopefully everything kind of comes to an end. Hopefully by 2022. How quick do you think you're gonna be comfortable not wearing a mask? Like
I think you might see people wearing masks forever.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm pretty like when we were at that bar 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but you are also vaccinated. So
I'm vaccinated, so honestly, and I'm healthy.
Joe's licking babies,
physically active. Like you know,
I kind of like the mask. Like I didn't get the flu this year. I haven't gotten really a cold knock.
That's also because you haven't gone out to either with interactive people.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like with the mask, though, we've been consistent.
But I'm saying you're not like in close. You're not at the Lotties on a Saturday night like normal.
That's true. I miss those days.
That was what I was thinking. I was like, okay, the bar that we were at a couple weeks ago, as crazy as it wasn't like being in Lottie's or Enjoy. You know, where like
or the hang up in the basement,
I don't know. Well, here's my thing. Here's what I honestly, sincerely think. If I'm in a bar and it's like what is it called? Cortland or Courtyard? Cortland Garage. Yeah. And I'm having a couple drinks and then people start dancing, I'm going to keep drinking. If I get a couple beers in me, I know for a fact I'm going to go back to that, like, let's dance, you know, like really giving a shit.
Yep.
I know that for a fact. If I come into some place stone cold sober, just like walking into a bar with a bunch of drunk people who are wasted, you know, I'm not going to feel the energy. But if I'll easily ride that wave and then jump into it after a bunch of beers. I know I'm going to. And not really give a shit.
No, you're absolutely right. I think about when I'm at the gym, like, wearing the mask is kind of tough. But I don't know when I'm going to be comfortable with that. I was just thinking about it, like, when I saw these kids, like, just really kneeling without the mask, I'm like, holy crap. I feel like I'm like an old man, like, thinking, like, oh, crap. Like, where am I going to be comfortable with that?
Where I box, we're sparring, and we're not wearing masks. I mean, we have headgear on.
Well, Joseph.
But, I mean, we're not wearing.
But you're not getting within 6 feet of anybody, anyways, Joe.
Joseph, the human centipede Keneally has a record of what, Joe?
1-2.
Yeah.
Wait, what about professional fights? Only
2-2.
Professional, he'd be 2-2, wouldn't he?
0-2. Well,
no, unprofessional, he'd be 2-2.
I had 3 fights on my USA boxing license.
Oh,
3.
0.
2 that I lost at Golden Gloves, and 1 that I won at the Smoker.
He's got 0 wins, 2 losses, and 1 disputed win.
When the Saturday Night Pregame podcast becomes something, we're gonna get Jake Paul versus Joe Keneally.
We're gonna fund the Joe Keneally fight.
Joe, if you don't wreck him, Joe, I swear to God.
What do you guys think of that? Did you see that Mayweather shenanigans?
No, I have not.
I have lots to say on the situation.
It's all fake.
Give it to me, Joseph.
So, especially after the Ben Askren fight, I was doing a lot of, research. I don't know, but here's the thing with Jake Paul, or is that it? Jake Paul. Logan Paul's fighting Mayweather. He's the more not piece of shit one.
He's had less fights though, hasn't he?
He's had 2 fights fighting a guy called KSI, who's another YouTuber. So the thing with these Paul brothers, I feel like people refer to them as YouTubers. They're not professional fighters. And I understand that. But they are multimillionaires who can afford the best coaches, the best trainers, the best food people. You know what I mean? Like they have the access that UFC fighters have. Maybe even more because they're way richer than a lot of these UFC fighters. So they're able to afford the best coaches. They're able to afford the best nutritionists. They're able to afford, I'm sure a lot of these fucking things aren't drug tested properly. So all the good, stuff like that.
Do you think that it's a sad state of boxing that these 2 are the most popular and well-known boxers right now? I think
no.
There's a fight tonight. There's a boxing match tonight.
Canelo's fighting.
Yeah, Canelo, which is
Do you give any care?
Well, I've never been a big boxing fan.
Canelo's, he's also, like, he's in a division that you don't see a lot of knockouts in. So it's not. It's like the Mayweather thing. It's like the Mayweather thing. It's a technical fight. So people who like the sport know what's going on.
Trap a guy for 3 rounds, Chris. I don't know about you.
I fucking hate it.
Yeah. So
I fucking hate Jake Shield fights.
I feel like people don't give enough credit to, especially Jake Paul. I mean, he's shown to have power to knock a person out. Which that alone, I mean, you're looking at the top 1% when you see these fighters do it. So for a guy like that with that amount of experience to have that level
he's only
of
fought one guy
power,
that's ever been in a fight.
Yes, I know.
And
the
guy that he fought is a wrestler.
I know that.
But here's the other thing.
But even still, just taking the leap into the boxing ring to look good enough where you're not like fucking. And you see this, and this is how it was with my fights. It looked like fucking deers running into each other. It was just like wild limbs swinging. Like there's not a lot of technical know-how. People don't have their distance down.
I mean, that's what Nate Robinson looked like, is swinging wildly.
Yeah.
But, I think he does have some skill, and he doesn't get enough credit for it.
No, I get that. And I was listening, Brendan Schaub was kind of talking about it because he thought Ben Askren was going to, and then
I think everybody was.
Everybody thought Ben Askren would be, but Ben Askren literally
didn't give a shit.
No. And he got a hip surgery. Not that was, but he just didn't train. And it was a payday.
They talked about him.
He just didn't think he would have gotten. He didn't think he was going to get hit like that. And he messed up and got caught.
I mean, he had a training camp with I think Freddie Roach.
He only did 5 minutes with him too.
Who's one of the top boxing coaches in the thing, and he did a quick training thing with them for a montage and shit, and then he was sitting out the rest of the thing.
Yeah,
I mean, if Jake Paul is a boxer, then fight a boxer. Let's see him fight a boxer.
Oh, so here's the thing. Well, this guy is. No,
that's the other one.
That's Logan Paul, who's actually a fantastic collegiate wrestler, and I think if he went into MMA, he'd actually do.
Which was the one that tried to fight or start shit with Daniel Cormier?
That was
Paul. Jake Paul.
That's the guy that.
Everything you've heard in the news about any of the Paul brothers recently is Jake Paul. Only recently did Logan Paul get into a fight with Mayweather.
There's only two things I know. One trying to fight Cormier or start shit with Cormier, and the other one stole the half from Mayweather.
Also, Jake Paul. Also, Jake Paul at Logan Paul's conference where they're sitting on each side of the table.
Press conference.
Okay, so who's the jackass that got stunnered by fucking Kevin Owens on wrestling?
That's Logan Paul.
Oh, okay.
Damn, Pat knows a lot more than I don't know any of them.
I don't know any of these. I just know their last name, and I keep seeing them come up.
I feel like is a true and tested athlete who did a lot of wrestling, but he's also not this I think Jake Paul is totally
he got owned on WWE, so it doesn't matter anymore.
I think he's a humble dude because Jake Paul is all about making the news, being the villain, and he knows it, and it's making him tons of money. He's so young. Yeah. He's so young that at that level, you got to think dude, I'm going to make my money now. Who knows what I'll be having to do in 20, 30 years, or where I'll be at. So if I can make money being a fucking piece of shit, constantly, day in and day out, I'm going to do it. If it's making millions of dollars.
You know who it reminds me of? I don't know the guy's name, but you can look up the YouTube clips. It's the one boxer that kept going wherever. I think it was Klitschko. Vladimir Klitschko or Vladimir Klitschko. He would go everywhere that guy had a press conference or something going on. He would go there and call him out. He's like, fight me, chat. Fight me. He would be eating at a bar. He'd be eating a salad. And he'd come up, steal Vladimir Klitschko's salad, start eating it. And Klitschko slapped the salad. And they were trying, he wanted to fight him right then and there. That's what this reminds me of with him.
But the guy got to fight with.
Only he's that to everyone.
He got a fight with Klitschko, I think, and he lost.
Yeah.
Did he get his ass destroyed?
It wasn't a complete domination, but it was definitely a clear loss. Yeah.
Who was the Ruiz guy last week? The bigger boy. I
thought he slimmed down. No.
Yeah, but he's still. Slimmed down. I forget his first name, but Ruiz
Anthony.
Anthony. He beat Joshua for the title. And then Joshua came back and rocked him.
Joshua decided to trade for
Andy Ruiz, the boxer. Yes. He lost a bunch of weight, and then he lost his last...
No, he won the last fight. He did get stunned. But they were swinging that's the type of boxing you like to see. But they were swinging for fences.
Is it Mike Tyson fight again?
He's supposed to, yeah. He actually, I think, got offered some actual, professional level heavyweight title fight. by some, just like, it's not like in boxing, there are
95 million titles.
Tons of different titles.
He got offered a fight against either Mariusz Pudzianowski or Fedor Emelianenko.
I don't know.
Both those are very good.
But he did get offered some WEB or something level, heavyweight title fight.
Randy Couture is coming out of
that
retirement.
That dude is so fucking up on his own level of drugs the way his body looks now at 60 or 50.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Jeremy Piven did Mike Tyson and...
I fucking hate him on that podcast.
I don't watch that podcast enough anymore because I did like the other guy. I didn't love the other guy, but he's definitely better than Jeremy.
Oh, Jeremy Piven just like...
But he was with Bill Burr.
Get off his dick, dude. Oh, that's the one. He's like, you got this guy. You just suck it up. You want to know why? Because he got accused of some sexual conduct.
And he's out.
And he's out, and now he's just trying to ride whoever's dick he can back to
get some money,
mainstream Hollywood.
Well, that's what he's talking about with Burr.
I don't know. Here's my thing that I don't like about him. I don't know if what he did or if he didn't do it. I really don't know. I know he was in trouble for some stuff. I don't know if he did or didn't do it. What I don't like though is him sniveling up to fucking Bill Burr or writing fucking Mike Tyson's coattails as his podcast become. That's what I feel like he's doing. And it's dude, just fucking whatever it is, just man up. Stop trying to ride someone's coattails or suck someone's balls off so that you can get back into it. Because that's what I felt like he was doing that entire podcast.
You know what? You should listen to the one with him and Bill Burr. Because he
talks. I didn't like it.
Yeah, he does kind of talk about how people portrayed him, and he tried to explain some of it away.
Yeah,
and it did. Some of it does make sense. It's just one of those things people write what they want to write.
And that's what I'm saying. Let's say he did.
Well, I don't know anything about these sexual assaults.
Okay. Let's just say I don't know, but let's just say hypothetically, right? I don't it feels like he's just trying to get back in by
just ignoring it.
Not ignoring it, even if he admitted it, all those things aside, I feel like he's still trying to ride either Mike Tyson's coattails or suck up to Bill Burr so Bill Burr puts him in something. He's trying to he's trying to
he started doing stand up, right? Because he wasn't a stand up.
No, he was not. He was a big comedy actor. A lot of the stuff he did was comedy, but he was never a stand up guy.
And I think he had to go to stand up because of
all the shit that happened in his life. Yeah. He needed a new venue where he could almost reset.
I liked him in Entourage.
He was good. Oh
yeah. He was fantastic in Entourage. He had that car salesman movie that I did enjoy too.
That was a weird movie.
It was a weird movie. It was
The Goods or something?
Yeah, something like that.
That chick that was in the Step Brothers in that movie too, and she's weird in that movie too.
Yeah. You know who I listened to on a podcast, Al Bundy, who's what's his name?
Oh, Ed ONeill.
Ed ONeill. He talked to this old mafia guy, Mike Franchese, I think is his name. And he used to be a mafia boss. And him and Ed ONeill talked because Ed ONeill lived in Anchorage, not Anchorage. Where was Tommy Boy filmed at? Or where was it based out of?
Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sandusky.
I think Sandusky. One of those areas up in Cleveland or Sandusky or whatever. That's where Ed ONeill's from. And they had a huge mafia presence there. And he knew all the mafia guys. And so Mike French, and it was insane. But they talk about, because all you can tell, I've heard a couple of now of this podcast, and everybody wants to know how he got Married with Children. And he was he was just a Broadway actor. And he went out to LA for another pilot. And that pilot they just didn't materialize. He didn't even get an audition. So they made him audition for this, and they loved him. And it's just that's how sometimes fate happens.
Well, he made
Burt
he
Kreischer
made a boatload of money in that and on whatever that most recent one was.
Modern Family.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He
was in Little Giants.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was. I think that's Burt Kreischer kind of says that, and that's kind of how we were talking about the Kevin Hart thing. It just takes one thing, and then you take off.
And you take off. Yeah, but you got to take off. And that's the problem is you always have. Mark Norman on Tiger Belly talked about this.
I finished watching it, by the way.
Mark Norman is on. If you like a snipey comedian, Mark Norman is your guy.
Here's what I like about him and Chris DiStefano is that they ride that rail of politically correct, and sometimes they go over the line, but they still don't get in trouble.
Yeah. But because I think Mark Norman does it Mark Norman's almost Bill Burr to me. Like he can say it and he just doesn't give up. He doesn't give a shit. Where like Chris Stefano is trying to like get a laugh and like make it both.
I feel like Chris Stefano's the kid in the back of the class.
Yes, makes it so big. Where Mark Norman is just like he's making a joke because he knows that it's not right, but he knows it's funny.
Yeah,
like Bill Burr.
Yeah,
like Bill Burr's gonna call you out for shit and make it funny as shit.
Oh, I feel like I'm Chris Stefano. I'm the kid in the back of the class just screaming stupid shit.
But it's funny, and he comes.
When did that start?
Oh, I just
is that in your head?
Huh? No. I mean, like when if I try to do like funny stuff or like try to make people laugh, I'm just like the idiot kid in the back, just screaming stupid stuff to see if it's funny or not. Not like I'm not saying I'm anywhere near any like comedy level type
I was
thing.
Just gonna say, I mean, I think you've maybe said about 10 words this podcast. Yeah. I thought you were gonna bring some in here.
And probably the best comment of the business, Chris. That's the thing with Chris Stefano is he's constantly rattling stuff off, and you're laughing the whole way through, and then sometimes you hit these spikes. Yeah. Chris, you're more of a sniper. You're
you and Pat Lynch. You're gonna come in with that little.
You'll come in with solid 50 cal shot right to the head. You got your laugh in right there. But.
Where I would love to be like Mark Norman. I would look up to that way of him being able to in every situation, every wordplay. He's just so much better than everybody at wordplay. Like you're gonna like he can go back and forth.
It's like an old school European thing. I feel like you get those guys like the old school European dudes who just you say a sentence and they've got a zinger off like your sentence like immediately. Like they're just
immediately going.
It's like that older person thing where they've experienced a lot of life and they have a quick little like funny thing to bank off of it immediately.
You know what kills me is he like I get everybody's love for Jerry Seinfeld, but his need to like get Jerry Seinfeld's approval. Like he'll text Jerry Seinfeld and he'll try to like make Jerry Seinfeld laugh and then Jerry won't leave it on red for like days. Yeah. And he'll freak out like it's like a hot chick. Uh-huh. And in my head I'm like, Mark Norman, you're so like I like Jerry, I love the Seinfeld. I don't like Jerry's comedy. But in my head, I'm thinking, like, you're so much better than fucking Jerry Seinfeld. Like, comedian.
Comedy's hit or miss.
For who, Jerry?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was probably funnier. I think it was probably more relevant when he was younger.
Netflix thing sucked.
I didn't like it. The one where it's like in a, like, almost like kind of a school, like, setting. It was not good.
I don't think I saw that one.
His most recent one was not good.
I like him in Comedians in Cars. It's funny.
Well,
it depends on the person.
Yes, exactly.
I like him on that. Like, I like that.
But it's also
he's not trying to be funny.
No, he's also
I like the Eddie Murphy one a lot. Eddie Murphy one I like a lot.
Yes, that was good. The one with the guy.
That's a great example, though. Eddie Murphy's still funny today.
Eddie Murphy's fucking hilarious.
Jerry Seinfeld is not. Jerry Seinfeld.
He's good in there when he's busting balls.
He hit a level of fame. Very few people have ever attained.
Like Kevin Hart, his beginning stuff. Oh my god! Go back.
Well, your life changes. Like you can't.
I get that, but that's what I'm saying though. Like,
but I feel like
you also don't want to hit where you were hitting before because you're so famous. You don't want to be hurt.
I feel like that's the thing with Jerry Seinfeld though. Is like he had Seinfeld. He's like I was the #1 show when I left it. Like I quit the game at the top.
He did. They were going off like $50 million
for a season. He's able to continuously make millions and millions and millions of dollars since that day. Never have to worry about it again. I feel like he's someone who's like, he's trapped in his old ways and he's never trying to look to improve because he's like, I did it. I did it all. And he did. Yeah. But he's not, like, now you look at Eddie Murphy came onto that fucking thing. That dude was still so goddamn funny throughout that whole thing. Like, he was the laugh. Jerry Seinfeld would come in with like a sniper mark. Yeah. That was good and funny, but I mean, Eddie Murphy was just nonstop hilarity.
I think some of it's like your comedy style too. Like Kevin Hart's a good example of a guy that like he had life experiences and that was what he's talking about. And then like where a guy like Bill Burr who's more observational, not necessarily some of it's his personal stuff obviously, but like it's a lot of observation stuff. You get more longevity in your career.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm just going to say, like, Kreischer's a guy interesting because, like, a lot of his stuff that brought him out was his experiences, and now he's going to try to, like,
I think he understands that, too.
He's got to try to evolve.
A lot of things is his family. I think he's going a lot to his family.
And that's a lot of his resources.
I loved his Secret Time special.
That was good, yeah.
But I didn't like his most recent one. And we saw it live. And
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Well, live is always better, though. Yeah. I mean, God. Seeing stuff live is fantastic.
But one thing I thought about Kreischer is, like, when you saw him perform, like, he really looked like a guy that was really like enjoying the moment.
Oh,
And he really wanted to be there, and he really like, you know, he seemed very genuine when he was talking to the crowd, like about how much he appreciated people being there, you know, the sport he got and stuff like that.
What do you think about that, Chris?
I like Daniel Tosh.
Where
he's like, you know, you go on tour for what, 3 months out of the year? I make more than all of you.
No, he's like, I got it done in science. It's like 130.3 days a year. It's all I need.
Yeah, exactly.
You know they say more money, more problems? No. I got money. It's great. I got problems. I go to Italy for a week.
Exactly.
That was awesome. He's another guy who's kind of like, I feel like if you want to put him in a modern day Seinfeld thing, he makes money off his show.
Yep,
makes bank. Yeah, but I mean, there's so many episodes it's still playing. He's making, but he's a guy who keeps up with his comedy because his comedy from a couple years ago,
so good.
Where he did the little film before he came out with Robert Kraft, where he's making fun of him with the massage parlor thing.
Oh yeah.
No, hey, listen, this was a fun one, guys.
Mm-hmm.
We got to get going if we're gonna make that reservation for 9:30.
Yay.
Saturday night pregame.
That's
awesome,
what the pregame's for.
Yes, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers to you guys. Margaritas. Happy Cinco de Mayo. We're a little late on that.
Oh, cheers. We'll tell you about that story next time.
That's a cliffhanger for you. Thank you, Chris.
Never gets old, guys. I'm going to tell you what.
We love it every time.
Again, check us out on Twitter and Instagram at Podcast SNP. If you guys want to reach us, we're at we're the SNP Podcast at gmail.com. Thank you again if you're a first time listener. Tell a friend. Let us know what you think. We appreciate it. And if this is your repeat listener, we definitely appreciate it. And let a friend know. Have a great week, guys. Hell yeah. Have a wonderful week. We've got one more week until taxes are due. And then we're gonna get some real fun out here. So you guys keep safe and we'll see you next week.
And do something nice for your mothers for Mother's Day. Bye!